Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we'll be talking about the analysis tab. By the way, it's also I'm glad to have you, and I hope you learned something from this video. So it's a continuation from our previous videos, which is an introduction, which are series of videos on introduction to ArcGIS Pro. We've worked on project map, insert and analysis. You could check that in the previous videos. And in this video, um, we'll be working with analysis. So we haven't done analysis. So I will get right into it. So on the analysis tab, our interface is where a lot of analysis in ArcGIS get done. Just like the name, just like the name. So that's where a lot of analysis gets done. But I will be explaining each of these, and hopefully you get a better insight on some of them, if not all. So the first thing here you see is the history. So this is more like all the geoprocessing that you've done, the history of all the geoprocessing that you've done. It gives you, it just gives you a rundown of what you've done, and if it's good, it ticks good. If it's not, it kind of gives you an X red sign here. So that is that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. So the next would be the model builder. So model builder, it's a way to automate processes. So instead of going from one instead of so click that. So instead of going from one to another, one geoprocessing to another, it can with model builder you can actually uh, build your model on this dash on this canvas space and validate and run it. So that way, even if you need, and you can send your model builder to someone else, and then they could use it, or it just automates processes. And these are the tabs, and adding new one is a whole lot of other process on its own, but it's a way to automate processes in ArcGIS Pro, or to automate analysis. So that is that. And then I will just go back to analysis, and then Python 2, it gives you like a Python, like a notebook interface to also do a little bit of coding, and which will possibly help you in your analysis too. So I'm just waiting for that to load up so that you see what it looks like, and we'll go right into video. So that opened up for us, and you can see, you can write in your code and try to run it, and so it just gives you that coding interface too. I'm gonna clear both of these off and go back. The environment is majorly a place that you can, majorly make changes in a particular parameter that you're looking at. You can just make changes, and also about the particular analysis or whatever you're working on. Usually in some analysis too, you will see the environment part on it too, so that you can make some changes if need be. um then the next one here is ready to use too. This is the geoprocessing. This is like a toolbox, so it's mostly that contains a whole lot of geoprocessing tools, and then you can see them here. And if any of them applies and you want to use them, it's just as simple as clicking, but we're not gonna click on any of them since we wouldn't be using it. And I'm gonna click on the tool, so which is the geoprocessing tool. So the geoprocessing tool kind of opens up it opens up all these. It shows you the favorite, like the one you've been using or you recently used. And it also show you the toolbox. You see a whole lot of toolbox. Depending on some of them are accessible, will be accessible to you depending on, if you subscribe to some of them. Some might not, you can use some you can use depending on your license with ArcGIS, I mean with Esri. So these are some of them, and you can always go. Let's say you want to do something, you could see business analysis too. You could see an analysis, and you know, select the one that works for you or the one that you want to use. It could be target marketing, or as long as you have the data, then the tools are here for you to perform the analysis. And this is the portal too that has some of these other ones, the ready to use tools as well. So you can still see it. So that's the toolbox, the processing toolbox. And then we also have some tools here um that you could also use. And these are a whole lot of them, you know, telling you for which particular, do you want to run a terrain analysis or just analyze pattern. It tells you in case you don't know what they could be used for. It's telling you, oh, okay, in this particular, these are, if you want to manage data, these are things you could use to manage data or convert data or even, analyze patterns. So that is it about the tools. Then these particular to the future analysis and rust analysis are basically used, it could be used in association to like portals like ArcGIS Enterprise or ArcGIS Online, and you try to click on them, but if just so it wouldn't show anything. So it majorly works with ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise. The next one is the workflow. And remember, in the workflow, let's see. So in the workflow, we have data engineering. We also have suitability modeler. And data engineering is, it's more like analyzes a particular set of data for you. So when you click on this and then add field calculate, it gives you a preview of some of these data set that I have here. It kind of gives you, a graph of some of them and calculate some statistics for you. So that's more like what it does. And it could do more, but this is possibly what I know it could do for now. I mean, there could be more to it. And the stability model also, when you click on that, it pops up these for you to select, select criterias and then add your set stability and try to put some other parameters and then eventually run. And so that's the stability model. Then the visibility analysis, it's it's kind of, if you have it gives you the opportunity to put an input surface and then add observer point and target point. So it tells you whether how far or how much of a thing you could see from a particular distance. So it's more like how much or how visible something is to you. Then the exploration 3D also gives you exploration analysis. Exploratory analysis offers you the opportunity to also, detect objects. And I haven't used this before, but like it looks pretty interesting, and I would look into it and see how we could, you know, work on it. Then I've done videos on network analysis. You could click on that and you see a whole lot of things you could use, service area. So if you're not familiar with it, you could check one of my some of my previous videos, and then that would give you an insight on what you could use, a whole lot of things you could use network analysis for. And I've also done something on neighborhood exploration. It kind of shows you in the previous video, it shows you kind of how much a particular place is being influenced by its neighbor, or how much close they are. So it's pretty interesting. So you could see what that has to do and see how it applies to you. Then these are the just statistical wizard also gives you an option to calculate geostatistics for some selected elements here. You can see do inverse distance with weighting and interpolations. You must have also included your parameters for you to finish. And the business analysis, it has a whole lot of things here too for you to explore, which includes you know new territory design. You could, depending on suitability analysis, depending on what you're trying to work on, these are options for you to select and try to, using your data, trying to see how that applies and how that helps improve your business generally. It could be that you're trying to see where your targeted you know consumers are, stuff in that kind of line. So these are some of the tools that could help you do that. And the raster function editor, if you wanna, we don't have raster here, so you might not be able to, don't have a raster data set here. Then the raster function here, it shows you a whole lot of data sets that you can be able to use in perform some raster analysis. Let's say compute change. Let's say you have a land use land cover of two different years. For instance, 2020, in 2000, in the year 2000, and then you have a recent time 2023 or 2024, and then you want to see the change over time, so you can compute change using those land use classification. uh, so it tells you the change in vegetation, whether grassland is now becoming something else, or whether built up area is now becoming forest. So it kind of shows you something in that line. So guys, um these are, I hope I was able to provide you with a whole lot of information about the analysis, interface analysis tab, and a whole lot of things you could do with it. And I hope this video was educative to you. And thank you for watching, and look forward to the view interface in the next video. Do have a wonderful day. Bye for now.